Oh boy, that's sensitive. All right, welcome. So this is what was it? 11 Trials of Raz. Someone suggested this on my Exit 11 or geez that Exit 8 video. I know numbers. Said it was a similar video, so went and downloaded the demo. And this initial should be pretty easy because it looks like you only have the lowest level available from the start. That is dark. Wow, boy is flying. But yeah, similar idea. Going through, find anomalies. If you see an anomaly, then turn around. If you don't see an anomaly, go forward. Is that Raz? Raz Carsey. Hi. And like usual, the moment I start playing a game, Ripley really wants attention. Like, do I? Is that where? I think that's where I entered. Interesting. I might still be in the. There's like different rooms. There's a starting room where nothing happens. There were looping rooms where nothing happens. And then there were the actual rooms where the anomalies happen. Okay, I'm in here now. I'm in here now. Am I just like running to the ends and running back and forth? Oh boy. I think the artwork might be different, but I'm not positive about that. Oh, don't. Go up. Protect the torch. It's like no music. Actually, I do have a couple albums by a band called Gnome. I got completely turned around here. Oh my word! It's okay. There we go. Should not be that hard to go upstairs. I know that's failing on my part, not necessarily the game. If the anomalies are in here, I'm definitely not going to see them. Boy, it's windy outside. So yeah, the band Gnome. Uh, so just randomly come across these different like subgenres of metal. As far as I can tell, no metal is kind of like stoner metal, whereas like dwarf metal is more like power metal. Still looking pretty good there, buddy. So mentioned the wind. Um, boy, I had quite the weekend. Um, I have not noticed anything different in any of these loops yet. I've off and on had electrical issues because the line going from the pole to my house uh just like laying across a bunch of branches. It's like legitimately amazing that I didn't lose my power a lot more often than I do. But Sunday I was watching a show, and middle of the night, and all of a sudden all the power goes off of my house, but it was weird the way it happened. Um there's cigarettes always there? I don't know. As far as I can tell, everything's the same. That door hit me. It was weird the way it happened because it instead of like losing power and everything just goes off simultaneously, um, it it was I all I could think of is like a wave at a stadium, fans doing a wave. It seemed like it was basically instantaneous, but it seemed like it was like at one end of the house and just racing across to the other end. And then like a bunch of stuff immediately came back on. Like the TV came back on. Um, but like my porch, that light started to come back on, but then just like flashed and popped. Um, I came out into dining room. The clock on the oven was off, but like the light above the sink was on and just a lot brighter than usual. So I went downstairs. I clicked the light switch, and there was like a flash down there, and like one light came on. And then as I was downstairs, that light also popped. I am definitely missing something because I have not. What am I? Is this the anomaly room? Like I can't see anything. I won't be able to go back even if I did. But I tried turning on a second light down there, and it immediately flashed and popped. Like okay, so no more lights. So now I have no lights on in the basement. I'm just using like the flashlight on my cell phone because that's what I had on me. I don't see any of the breakers tripped, but to be safe, I shut them all off, turn them all back on. I did notice a very faint burnt smell, so I grabbed a screwdriver, popped the cover off, looked around, didn't see anything obviously burnt. Hi, buddy. I did some Google searching, and based off of what I was seeing, it looked like it was supposed to be like they called it losing a hot leg, which basically means like the power going into your house is kind of split between two main wires and a neutral, pretty much. So you have your two legs and your neutral. And if you lose one of them, then all the power is going through one leg. And so basically, half your house is getting power. Oh, we have something different. I don't. I'm kind of curious. I want to step upstairs for a second. said something about if you see an anomaly, but there's like an obvious sign of Raz uh nearby, then it's a pseudo anomaly. Although I think in this early one, there's no pseudo anomalies, just anomalies. It's like all it's available is like a tutorial mode, basically. Ah, go down. There we go. So, yeah, I kind of just shut everything off and left it off. I was going through, kind of glancing at things to figure out if anything was even working. Like I had no furnace, I had no water. Thankfully, it was a kind of a mild day, so it was like still in like the 50s outside. So could have been a lot worse. Uh, had to call a couple different electrical companies. It's the first one I called didn't service my house. Like they serviced the nearby city, but didn't quite make it to me. Like, come on. The one that did service me, like the one that didn't service me, would have been like I think if I read it correctly, it looked like it would have been like a free check and everything. The one that did service me, you had to pay for him to come out, and because it was on a weekend, it's considered like an after hours emergency thing. So there was an additional charge, and like I don't care. I need this fixed. So he went through, poked around, checked a few things, said everything in the house looks fine. Went out, looked at the wire, and it's like, looks like there's a couple areas that are pretty rough, so you need to call your provider because it looks like it's completely on their end. So as soon as they left, I called consumers. Uh, hey, there we go. We're making progress. Got them out here. The guy was like looking at it. He cut down a few branches, so was not hitting the, because one of them had lowered a bit and was just like pulling down on the wire. And eventually, like he got a better look at the wire and just like, yeah, that thing's garbage. So he just chopped down the wire and or well, disconnected and put a brand new wire in there. And he showed me there was like one area where the wire, like the neutral, had just completely snapped, and there was like another area where it looked like it was getting pretty close to snapping. And it's like, yeah, I have no idea how old that wire is, but oh, it was nice. Like the moment, oh, yes, I looked at it. The moment I turned the power back on, because after the electricians left until the consumers guy took care of everything, I just left the power off, the main power off. So the moment I turn it back on, I hear the water pump go. Like, oh, thank you. Okay, now we're getting there. Yeah, water pumps another area where I've had issues. I had water pressure issues almost the entire time I've lived at this place. Like I think I've lived here over a decade now. I don't remember exactly. Um, and at first they weren't awful. Uh, I had other plumbing issues. Apparently, the pipe leading to the septic tank was pretty clogged up, and I didn't know because things were draining. Seemed like they were draining all right, and then wait, was that supposed to be there? Now I'm confused. Yes, I'm looking. He got me. Haha. I never noticed that before. But yeah, one day also I'm doing laundry. Laundry in the bathroom, and I go back to the living room, go watch TV, and as I head towards the dining room, going by the bathroom, I just see a puddle coming out from it, and it's all hardwood floors. So I um I had like one or two other times when something like overflowed and spilled out that I didn't catch immediately. Um, so now like my bathroom, the floor has like a bunch of uh water damage. Like awesome. Someday I need to redo all that. Oh, okay, things are in a different order. But there's no more hand. So everything's an anomaly now. That was a. Could have sworn I heard something there. Interesting. But then at some point, I started having like noticeable water pressure issues. Like at first they weren't so bad. Um, I would just kind of lose a little pressure after a bit. Um, Eventually they started getting worse, where I would be like taking a shower and like after a few minutes, the pressure would just die down horrifically, and then it kind of increased to a point where okay, as far as I can tell, this is all normal now. Where it just stopped pumping water and I'd have to go downstairs and like turn the off and on to get it flowing again. It's good times. So I had someone come out and check that, and they said, "Well, it's definitely in your well. The impellers um are. Oh no, crap!" Said a couple of the impellers are probably gummed up, and that's why it's not why you keep on losing pressure. But then, like a month ago, all of a sudden, just randomly, all of a sudden, my pressure's higher and it doesn't die down, and everything seems fine and normal. It's like, oh, okay, cool. I don't know. I need to win the lottery, and then I can just like tear down and rebuild the house. Okay. Okay, finally. Hey, a very obvious, noticeable anomaly. You stole my couch. Return of the shoe. And missing painting. And box on the counter. I failed that one before. I, I wasn't expecting that. The game's a lot easier when the anomalies are that obvious. All right, here's the final loop. See if I can figure it out. See if I can beat the game. This game makes me feel like I'm going crazy. I'm like sitting here looking at, okay, there's 4 switches, 3 stools. You know, like countryside farmhouse, people sheltering, green, brown, purple, white. You know, like all those balls look the same. That's on the floor. Trash can, ice box, although those have never moved. Weird sink setup. Particle board. Got a cigarette, ashtray, beer. I already looked at the 3 paintings, 3 stools. Like 2 up, 2 leaning, 3, 1. The man and woods, child. Is it like a lion and the lamb? Okay. And all that stuff on the top shelf there. 4 cushions. That's all good. So you're gonna be like a massive foot again? Nope. Alright, light brown, dark, dark, dark. Looks like nothing in any of the seats. That's the same painting. That's the same painting. As far as I can tell, everything looks the same. No missing paintings. The paintings look the same. Same number of everything. Like you mentioned, it makes me feel like I'm going crazy. I've had a couple loops where I've looked at like where the cigarette's always facing that way. Like how small can these anomalies be? No shoes or anything. I think this is good. I think. Oh my word, I did it. All right. Cool. It took a little longer. But yeah, looking at the difficulties, on the second level, there's also fake anomalies, and at third level, there's jump scares. But that was fun. I might have to check that out when it releases. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And until next time, my dear friends, until next time.